segment. Can I? Local segment. We've got YVR. Young Van Riebeek.
May I go
By
first?
Youngster.
May I go first?
Please.
I'm actually disappointed in Youngster.
Why?
It's a dope song.
But
But the message behind it is... So he's talking about colonizing rap the same way Jan van Riebeek colonized the Cape.
Okay.
So, and on the first minute, he just shout Jan van Riebeek,
Yes.
Jan van Riebeek, Jan van Riebeek. So, if you put this out to kids and kids is so receptive, then the genocide that Jan van Riebeek was responsible for, especially for the Cape, koi, the koi around the Cape, that message is completely, because now it makes him this big kind of colonizing figure that is appreciated. No, he was responsible for a lot of the death of indigenous people in South Africa. So I'm disappointed for him. I know what
He's trying to say.
but in certain things you will have to, like he said in his second verse, is that you must read your history. Maybe sometimes you must really read your history.
it's
and
not only about
compare.
reading about engaging with your history. But but then it brings us to a conversation of that we've been having yesterday also and today, about where do we belong? Like, what is the history we're supposed to hold on to? Because people are like, know your place, know where you come from. But what is it? I mean,
What do you mean?
only the other day, I think 2 weeks ago, I sort of found a, what do I call it, genealogy of my family.
Oh.
And I found out that my surname came from a lady in India who was, and apparently was one of the free slaves. I don't know how you become a free slave. Like, you had to have been a slave before to become free, or it was just that, I mean, that's how they like, okay, you guys are slaves, you guys are free, we'll make you free slaves.
How are you still a slave?
How are you still a slave? But anyway, so apparently one of the slaves, one of the free people who didn't get slaved, well, anyway, confusing. And so she was from India, then it moved to Francophone countries, and then which is Mauritius.
Okay.
And I knew that at least, my family in Mauritius, and then back to Durban. So that's my surname. And that's my dad's side, obviously, only.
Okay.
I don't know about my mom's side. So where do I belong?
Don't you belong with the dad? No. Okay, that's what traditional.
Yeah, but I mean India,
follow.
Mauritius, Durban, and now Cape Town. My parents were brought up in Durban, so they came here, and so I was born here.
So I was gonna say, yeah, you Cape Townian.
Which means what?
I don't know.
What am I supposed to claim? What heritage? Where? What?
I think
how?
what we must do is we must leave it for next week and for next year. We get more in. Let's make this thing intellectual. Let's go deeper into it and put some of the topics that we have here into the other blog that we're planning to start. State, because there's interesting questions that is coming up. There's the question about indigeneity. Is indigeneity or indigenous people, the first people, are they the only ones to claim right to a particular space and have the sole right over a particular place? So and this is very good political questions, because there is issues of migration. People in Africa migrated constantly, so when some people move out, other people move in. But it was not just about moving in and out, it was also conducting wars against each other. So there's a particular history of Africa that is not, people doesn't have a conversation with. You brought up a very important conversation with regards to slavery. So for me, the interesting part would be is that there was the Arab slave trade.
Okay.
The Arab slave trade was take people from Ethiopia, Sudan, Egypt, Kenya, Somalia, and then they went to India, and they were slaves in India. So the slave narrative or the slave lineage that you have, does it return to Africa? That's the big question that you have to ask, is that if you were a slave or your family's lineage was in India, then at one point maybe it originated from Africa. And it's the same with the transatlantic slave trade. It was that, so the Arab slave trade was the oldest, and then the transatlantic slave trade was the younger one. And after that you find the whole moment of colonialism. But it's a conversation not for this vlog. It's an interesting conversation, but we can take it to another level.
Yeah, and then, what did you think of the song, by the way?
I didn't listen to it.
Okay,
That's why I'm quiet about it.
Yeah, okay. Then, I also didn't give my comment, but you covered it first. It's cool. Then moving on to the other end of the scale, Azania.
Azania, the album.
Yes.
Okay, but I only listened to the song.
Okay, let's go into the song.
Oh.
Let's go into that song.
Ooh.
That song is one of my favorites.
I listened to it once and I was like, wow.
Is it the intro or?
No, it's the last one.
What's Swiss beats on it?
Oh yeah.
But Sibongile Komalo on it.
He says a lot of things and I liked it because it's real. Like he spoke about a lot of real things, and it's a better concept than Young Van Riebeeck if you have to compare the two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the concept is what is now. It's about where we are now, and as you were talking about history, it's like, do we really have to claim a place or a heritage or anything? Do we have to claim it? You know, it's not a denial of it. You know, because we appreciate different heritage and different cultures and things like that. But do we have to belong to something where people want us to belong to? So, but I like that he used a lot of things that are happening now and spoke about stories that are not spoken about, like car guards and.
That was like.
And I was like.
And the people who do the trolley.
But you know what he said about the
will-
car guards?
Yeah.
It's like the car guards that they're asking for money, but they don't have any. But they're not being driven because they don't have drive.
No.
They haven't driven there because they don't have drive.
But also talking about the German car is that you showing this German car come in and out of the parking lot, but you never get an opportunity to drive it.
Yes.
Like it really goes deep into.
But it really made you think, especially when he used drive in that sense. Like, do they have drive? Do they have drive? Like, what is their search? What is their meaning of life purpose?
Survive.
But I mean, many of them have degrees.
Yeah, mostly foreign nationals that is from the African continent that is forced to work as car guards.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying
I mean,
it's a bad thing,
people
but
look down on them, but really, it's not.
But this is the question of Azania.
Mm.
This is the important question because of Azania. It doesn't say Mzansi, he's saying Azania, meaning the whole of the African continent. So the car guard there's always this refugee figure.
Yes.
That is sometimes more educated than Stina is in parliament.
Or the people that they're even directing into the thing.
The guys come guys. Yo man, that's so sad to think about it now. Yo, that hit home. That just hit home.
And yeah, we're only giving them maybe one then or whatever we have. But they're so appreciative of, well, not all of them, but mostly.
They have to.
But
So what do you
but
think?
the song is dope.
I like it. Like the song of the album.
Go into the album.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I love
Wait,
the album.
but I'll talk about the song finished. Before we jump to that, I don't know, but I didn't listen to it. But even Swiss Beats add such a liquor flavor onto the song. He's got that little vibe, man. And I wonder, is he saying the same thing that the guy is singing? I think it's Xhosa.
It's Sibongile Kumalo.
I don't know. Is that the person on the track singing?
Yes.
Okay. But is Swiss Beats translating what he's saying?
I don't know.
I didn't
Because-
actually pay
Because
attention
he
to
rap,
Swiss.
he sings it, and then Swiss Beats raps as something that looks like it's the same. But I don't know if it is. But anyway, he adds a dope flavor onto the song.
Where was the album made? Is it a local album? That's the thing now, because I listened to the tracks there and I heard the production number one is good. The features as well. It's not local people. The features were insane.
I wonder if Swiss Beats actually produced it.
Hopefully, if it did, Reason should stick with him, because.
But I like that he didn't change, man.
But the Reason's flow is sick.
Yeah.
But he's also been in the game for long.
For very long. Yeah, and he's always been underrated and a good rapper for a very long time.
That's like his flow is sick. But I listened when I started listening to the album and the way it opened, I was like, wow. And I think on Azania, it's the last track that Yuma Sikela speaks on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
In the intro.
In the intro, where he's saying, he said, we need to pay the people who's buying our music is the poor. So we need to put their pain and suffering in our music.
Yes.
That's Yuma Sikela speaking there. And I was like, that is the kind of bringing the whole album together. So you start with with this intro, and then you take us to your whole journey of Azania, the aspirations of popping champagne and all of these things. But at the end, there's also a question about this cashless society, which is a big shout out to the cashless society rap group. So he's talking about this
cashless society rap group.
So remember the song that HP is on cashless?
Yes.
There was a hip hop group. So in this song, he actually shouted them out, but he used it in such a cool way that it's like people at disposition of land, and that's what the kind of cashless society wanted to do. It's a really deep album. So you'll have to listen to it a couple of times to actually get into it.
Yeah. I think I listened to it like 3 times. So
some of those tracks is actually my favorites in my hip hop playlist. I should put 2 or 3 of those songs in there.
Wow, I haven't gone that far yet, but I like it. There's this track, one track there in the album that I love is the one where he features Mick Jenkins, the Champagne and Water one. Beautiful. That was just beautiful for me, because Mick Jenkins is another underrated rapper who's conscious. When I heard Reason and him go back head to head, I was like, you've done. This is all I've wanted. This is all I've ever wanted for people to just have that conversation. Yeah.
So let's put this album now in the South African hip hop music that we've listened so far. I would say this is the best album.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
When
it represents, yes.
Yeah.
Representation, right?
I can actually put it.
But also sound.
I didn't even listen to the album. I just heard one song. But yeah, take the album.
But even in terms of sound, man, it's like I wonder what Nasty would say. Nasty C would say.
I'm sure he's
he's gonna have like a smooth way to brush it off. But this, for me, even this album is even on an international level.
Of course.
Yeah, no, it's really dope. Speaking of international.
It's a great music video. Just go watch it. People, if you heard me, go watch it. But you guys don't watch this long, so.
Only the loyal ones or the bored ones that watch it.
Loyalty.
One day they're gonna watch it.